Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gears Esports Pro League. This is day number 7. I am Colin the Crow Clark still, and that is still Guy Blaze live. That hand, see the Hall of Fame ring. That's what should remind me. If I want to point at Guy Blaze, I think of the Hall of Fame of Gears. I think of that man over there, and he's going to be wearing one of these because I'm getting them made.
Can you give me some dap?
Hold on. Can we come right to the middle?
The rings together, Colin.
That's right. I don't even know what form I would
powers
take.
Activate.
Form of bucket of water, because I'm feeling that's right. So anyway, look, let's get back on track. We've had our meat and potatoes, we had our salad, we had our appetizers. Now we're on dessert. This is the creme brulee. This is the banana split. This is a whatever dessert you want to call it, because we're about to have two of the fastest teams on the planet, two of the most aggressive teams on the planet in this matchup. Fire and Ice versus Carnage Gaming. Look, let's go ahead and let's not mince words. Let's take a look at the players that we have got to watch in this matchup. We have got just one to keep your eye on, and it is BGod. He has been lighting up lately. He's brought that KDA all the way up to almost a 2 with that average kills and those assists coming through big time for his team in these past few weeks.
Oh man, big time indeed. BGod is a player to watch. You know, I always get a chance to see him and his duo Absenz, as well as Shockwqve and Dsylexic in Astro battles, and they've made it to the semifinals almost every week. And, you know, these guys, they've been playing hardcore Gears of War, man. Over these last few weeks, they have upset so many people. They find themselves in the top 3 position when it comes down to teams out here in Gears Esports. Actually, I take that back. They're tied 5-2 with Fire and Ice. This is the tiebreaker matchup, Colin. This is for top 3 officially.
Oh, this is a big-time matchup. That's why I'm so excited that you and I get to cast over it in this arena, in this world, to get to see who's going to come out on top finally. Because both of these teams have had highs, and they've had some pretty lows, but they're going to have to settle their scores on 3 very specific maps. They've done their picks and bans. We've got them out here for you, laid out in front of everybody. Fire and Ice get rid of Bunker, which I think is the best option for them. Take away Carnage Gaming's best map early. These teams are not playing around. I see some great picks and bans out tonight.
Yeah, I see some great picks and bans indeed. Carnage Gaming has played this map 7 times. That's Asylum. It's their bread and butter. They got 5 wins on that one. On the flip end, Fire and Ice, they just played it once, but they are 1-0. On the other side, Carnage has not played Vasgar in the Pro League. This is a map in which they have not touched so far. Now, Fire and Ice, they have a losing record at 40%, but they still got reps here, so they're feeling confident in this one. Now, our final match of Forge. Fire and Ice is currently undefeated on Forge, but Carnage chose to play it. They could have went Training Grounds, but Carnage has not played Training Grounds, so they got what they could get.
They're figuring they're going with what they've got reps on, which I don't blame them for whatsoever. I think Fire and Ice is looking at this map pool and they say, hey, look, we got a lot more reps on 2 of these maps that they have the ability to kind of play on. So we're feeling comfortable. We're feeling good on it. So let's just jump right into our predictions. We're going to hurry this thing along, Blaze. Look, I'm not going to mince words for you. I am right now driving the bandwagon for a man on Fire and Ice. His name is ChaoZ. I think he's the 3rd best player in our league right now, and that man is the reason I'm going to pick Fire and Ice to win this matchup against Carnage Gaming. I've got ChaoZ popping off once again, over-rotating, helping his teammates out, and continuing that drive to be declared my personal MVP after the season.
Okay, nice. Now, for me, I'm not betting against these guys anymore because they've already made me look like a fool. And I got to go with Carnage Gaming because no matter who they play up against, they find a way to beat them. And I think this is what they're going to do against Fire and Ice as well. And you know what? I think Dsylexic will be able to take out ChaoZ with ease. So we'll see what happens.
I might gain 2 points on you tonight, or we might just call it even Stevens if I can win both of these matchups. But look, we've got the community poll out there. Let's see if they can solidify who the favorite is in this. And the community is with you, Guy Blaze. They have picked Carnage. They probably feel the same way. They're like, look, we're tired of betting against them because they keep making us look like idiots. But both these teams got losses on their records. So, I mean, it's not like we didn't have doubts for reasons. You know what I'm saying, baby? We had some doubts. We had some reasons. But look, these teams are ripped popping and raring and ready to go. They're not waiting in the hot seat any longer. They want to get to this war at the shore. They're getting things well underway. We're going to hop into this matchup just as soon as we get this map loaded. Any final thoughts going into it, though, Blaze?
No final thoughts for me going into this one outside of, you know what? I do got one. I want to see Fire and Ice pick it up because I've seen some performances out of them when it comes down to E-Day and some of the earlier matches in a Pro League where some weeks they are just cold and some weeks they are hot. I want consistency out of this team. So, Colin, hey, I wouldn't be mad if you were right on your prediction with Fire and Ice coming out on top to win because these guys need to start peaking here towards the back end of this league. And I do think they are still the second best team in LATAM, but I want to see it more often.
I gotta talk to you and Taylor. Both times I've talked to y'all over Fire and Ice, you've said that they've been hot and cold, and I'm sitting here like, just say it. Just say they're fire and say they're ice cold. Just do the pun and make me happy. But we're starting out on Asylum. You got close, but
cold, I do
hot cold ain't Fire and Ice, brother. All right, that's a huge word difference. Early downs coming out. Fire and Ice pushing across the top of the map. ChaoZ in a 3v1 right now. Fearzly behind him is not going to be able to help whatsoever. Fire and Ice, though, 3v2 on the bottom side of the map. Now a 2v2. They're going to have to win one of these fights in order not to get triple cap dominated. And here comes the rotation out from Carnage. They're already sending Feint as well as, I believe, Absenz. And they're going to send Dsylexic down here to take a 3v2 on the bottom side of the train tracks. Train will cut the reinforcements off from the respawn area. And they're going to get 2 easy kills down here to wipe them up and get that mid-neutral back in their favor.
And their next 2 kills is waiting for them right outside on the other side of the tracks, and they crossed it with no fear. This says, hey, we live on this side of the tracks as well, and we're about to go take your home hill. Now, I'm loving the pinch that I'm seeing out of Carnage here. 4 players on top of the home hill, but can Fire and Ice get here in time? They got a fighting chance. Not anymore, though. Not anymore.
No, that's a house party, ladies and gentlemen. Round number 1, multiple members on the opponent's home hill. I always talk about it. Got the boombox playing. It ain't summertime, but DJ Jazzy Jeff might be making an appearance on my playlist if I'm having a little house party. So I'm gonna say they're playing it as well.
Summertime.
That's right, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. That's
my jam right there.
Yo, look,
hey, that music, that track, come on. It's a wrap. I'm finding the nearest dance floor. I'm grabbing whoever's drink, and it's just going. My hips just start moving. I don't know what. Sometimes they move uneven. Sometimes I'm off balance and I'm uncoordinated, but they start moving.
Look, we all know that when Blaze comes up into place, though, DJ better throw on Mac Morrison, though. Put a little return on the Mac for everybody at home. But here we come to round number 2. Can Fire and Ice answer back? They're going to be set up. They're going to go for the home-to-home stretch right now. 3 members set up in the middle of the map right now. Xploidz, he's in that pavilion area trying to find anybody that he can lancer out and cross out, trying to take control over that B hill. But there's the pressure. Fearzly will get the first kill. Now they might have a little pinch here. ChaoZ has to take the 1v against Absenz. Great back A out of Xploidz. He goes for the reaction, gets the meat shield. Has one more to worry about behind him. They're going to try to pistol this out, snub it out, get this last kill. Going to melee out, try to get both of them. Get 1, get 2. Xploidz and his teammate, I believe that's Sleeafer, win the B hill, and the pressure is on at the home hill of Carnage.
Man, talk about a response from round number 1. Dyslexic knows that I might not have an opportunity at this one. And we see him and Shockwqve both fall. Absenz is gone as well. And they give Carnage Gaming a taste of their own medicine. But man, the play that Xploidz just made on the tracks, talk about staying up, putting out damage in the least amount of time possible. He stayed composed throughout that entire fight. He knew his teammate had his back.
That was brilliant job by Fire and Ice, taking over the middle of the map, allowing the Lancer angles to come through for him, rotating out of the pavilion down to the tracks. Incendiary grenades will probably be in the hands of both teams coming up here into round number 3. And once again, blink your eye and you miss a round in this one. First 2 rounds really go by quite quickly as both teams dominate out in those first 2 goings. And now we come to round number 3. Nobody's going to have those smokes to really clog up the vision or clog up the lanes. It's just going to be an incendiary, but 4 members of Carnage are going at the tracks, Blaze.
Okay. Well, they didn't even cross them. They didn't even cross them. They're slow. They played
it slow. They were like, all right, there's 4 of us and 2 of you. Back off, guys. I'm not good at math.
All right. Well, it looks like they may have been able to hide their numbers just a bit, but At this point, F&I was already set up, ready for whatever was going to be thrown their way. Sleeafer is able to take out Fate. Quick kills. He gets a double. His teammate able to get the cleanup. And now it's just this Dsylexic left here on the tracks. Well, not on the tracks. He's left at the home hill. But he probably wish he was in the fight at tracks.
Love the double pistol whip out from Sleeafer, and another domination ticks through. Once again, less than a minute. Fire and Ice, they'll take a 2-1 round count lead in this one. Last round of the half coming up. Carnage Gaming hide their numbers for just a moment. They push player number 4. I'll have to see who that is to give them credit. They actually push through the middle of the map, get a kill on the backside of the pavilion, and open things up for the rest of his team to try to push across the tracks, get pressure onto admin. Brilliant display by Fire and Ice so far. Carnage Gaming looking to answer back, though, in round number 4. They're going to place those flashes out, getting ready for that second half entrance fight with, you know, every utility out on the map. Player number 4, Sleeafer. Big up the Sleeafer coming through the middle of the map and getting that kill, opening things up last round.
Yeah, my first round draft pick of the only draft that we did, and for good reason. He is just such a well-rounded player, and he is a selfless player out there at that. He loves making his teammates shine. Now, we did see 4 members go down to tracks this time around for Carnage again, but they kind of split their numbers a little bit. 2 to the middle, 2 to the track, same objective, but Fire and Ice gives them the same result here. But the fight's not over yet. Xploidz still waiting at the B hill. And if you want to win this map, want to win this round, you're gonna have to get past him, get that one capped up. He's brought enough teammate for Sleeafer to make it there on the flank. And now it's a tug-of-war style battle of which direction these Carnage Gaming players are going to go, but in the end, Fire and Ice caught him in a trap.
There is the B hill, and they're going to get the revive off. There's the front train. It'll give them the mid-neutral. C hill still capped up by Fire and Ice. They're going to get the point lead here in this. But here comes Carnage Gaming. They're going to mount up 4 players down toward the track side of the map and try to get a retake here. Dsylexic, middle of the pavilion. He's going to have the angle on anybody that tries to push up. He's going to go for the over-the-cover shot onto ChaoZ. He rolls out. Here comes 2 members of Carnage. They should go for the decap. I don't know if they're going to stay and go for the complete retake or if they're just going to try to slow that point accumulation up. Right now, they're just slowing the accumulation. Cristalize pushes in, tries to push back against the tide, gets taken down by Shockwqve. Double bounce out by Shockwqve, finding some damage. Not able to find a second kill, but the next reaction shot from Dsylexic will find one. There's ChaoZ with a meat shield, pick up by Sleeafer, and Sleeafer finishes off the final, but he's got 2 more to worry about. That kill could give Carnage the advantage in this 4th round, last round of the first half.
Fire and Ice is trying to sun Carnage Gaming like, you guys don't act like we wasn't some of the best players you was looking up to in LATAM not too long ago. On the flip end, Carnage, they say this is a new year. This is a new day. We're at the top and we want that 3rd place spot. Both these squads fighting hard. But in this round, Fire and Ice, they got control. They got the lead as well. Now they need to keep it. Multiple members of Carnage coming off respawn. This is a 4v4 fight. Carnage is able to take out 2.
Carnage has 2 more to worry about, though. They've got player number 9, that Shockwqve. There's the meat shield. Now it looks like they're going to have to worry about that train. Slides through. The conductor won't find a kill this time. Xploidz and Cristalize holding off the B hill 4 now. Carnage sees the rotation come out. They're going to try to push across from home to home to try to maybe put pressure onto Sleeafer up top. Right now, they haven't been able to rotate there yet. Incendiary thrown. Xploidz won't be able to find it. Cristalize might be able to back up in this one, save his life for now. And they might be able to Lancer out in this next engagement at the B hill, but crossing the 200-point threshold. Fire and Ice looks like they are well on their way to a 3-1 round count going into the second half. A couple of downs come through, finishing up the kills. 2v1 left at the B hill to try to solidify one more mid-neutral cap, but it is won by Shockwqve.
Not over yet, because Shockwqve stayed alive. On the flip end, Sleeafer won a big fight up top, and he was able to overextend towards the home hill. I thought that just maybe if Sleeafer lost that battle, that Carnage could get a good, clean 3v3 fight on their opponent's home, but instead, they had to transition back, and it's F&I who strikes first in map number 1. And this is Carnage's best map, all right? They don't take this one. They're going to a map in which they've never played before in a pro league.
And I think this is one of the things that we have to remember. Look, Fire and Ice, like we said, they were very uncharacteristic. How good they were going into the last major, how bad they were coming into this first split. Very uncharacteristic. I don't know if they found their stride. I think it's way too early to call this matchup and to call this map. We still got a long way to go. 2 rounds is a long and a very arduous mountain to climb against a team like Carnage, who won't give you an inch at all to kind of breathe in these matchups and in these fights. Second half we go, though. Home Hills will flip from admin gallery down to the train track side as well. The mid-neutral will go from train up to entrance. The respawns will reset, and the fights will break out early and often in this one.
Nice first blood there by Xploidz. Him and his teammate. They're still in a 2v2 fight technically down there on the lower portion of the map. But they get a flank from Sleeafer. So, Fire Nice, they're looking to go towards the home hill now. They're going to be able to cap up E without any issues. And they'll be on top of this home hill without any issues. So that's going to force players here. At this point, the kills are coming to you. You just got to line the shots up and hit them.
Now they got one more to worry about. Feint, he's going to go down. There's the meat shield. The Shockwqve won't be able to make it. There it is. Less than a minute. 4-1. Fire and Ice on map point here in map number 1.
Man. Colin, your predictions are looking flawless this week. Okay.
No. We got a long way to go, man. We don't get confident in predictions.
Hold on, we can say, hold on, we got a long way to go. I ain't calling it, y'all.
I wait till that shit is over, all right?
But yo, you looking good right now off these last 2 picks. Now, Carnage Gaming, in the second half, they got to figure out a way to turn this around. They're going to put the drop shot down low, and hopefully that pulls the fight in a direction that's more favorable to them.
Now we see what Carnage does. They're actually going to go straight through the pavilion, it looks like, and the drop shot down on the tracks. This will give them a big team fight to play around. Cristalize is going to get Lancered out pretty well. Xploidz trying to Lancer out BGod on that back cover. Xploidz with the flash in hand. They're going to have to wait for the ice to be broken. Fearzly was first to die. They're going to chase Sleeafer out of here. They have to find an answer back. They have to get a kill somewhere else. Long range incendiary won't be able to find somebody. Xploidz rotates back, shot on to Absenz, gets shot out in the back. Nobody's there for the kills and the cleanups, though. ChaoZ is trying to get him. There's the extra fight from Fire and Ice. They get 2 more kills. ChaoZ gets a 3rd. Dsylexic last alive. Dsylexic, though, with the air back A, takes care of ChaoZ, and the first shot onto Fearzly will definitely put the fear of God into him as he has to worry about Dsylexic on the back of this cover. Rotating around, drop shot still not picked up by either team. 1v1 with the reinforcements coming off of respawn.
Fearzly.
Won by Fearzly so far.
Man, that was battle to protect the drop shot, because if he goes down with the train coming through, 100% Carnage gets that drop and they start to try to rally up here towards another round victory. But for now, F9 feels like they're going to play off the momentum that Fearzly had. They're going to push these tracks together, making sure that they can get Cristalize the drop shot without any issues whatsoever. And now Carnage Gaming, they're scurrying back.
Now you're going to see, I believe it's player number 8, Dsylexic has to worry about the triple cap domination. He gets killed off. Now it's up to Feint. Can he make it anywhere? He's in no man's land. Ladies and gentlemen, just like that, Fire and Ice win 5 in a row, 2 through 6, and close out map number 1. They go up 1-0, and Fearzly, he's got a gift. He's reeling them in, and that's not a big mouth bass. That's a little bit of a trash talk out of that little emote. I love when they brought it out into the game. I thought it was hilarious to see, especially if you see somebody do it when they know they're going to die or they're going to lose a round. I'm like, it's the best give up emote in the history of the world. But Fire and Ice, they win map number 1. Blaze, what are your thoughts?
I love that emote just as much as I love the Fire and Ice logo right here, all right? Now, this squad here was all fire, Colin. I'm giving you your pun this time around, okay? They were all fire. Now, we saw a lot of big plays from Sleeafer and Xploidz, but it was Fearzly who was the MVP there in that series. And it came down to pretty much total track control for Fire and Ice and a mid-map presence from Sleeafer to be able to assist his teammates in either fight, whether if it was up top at that home street or down low at tracks. And Fire and Ice, man, I don't even think they broke a sweat on that map. It just played out textbook for them.
I mean, they did a fantastic job. We're not going to have much to look at as Fire and Ice, they really did. In the 5 rounds they won in a row, they were pretty dominant, and it was almost like textbook Gears Nasher fights where you're going to have a couple of bounces come out, but it's basically, like you said, lining up your shots. At the end of the day, the old saying will always hold true in Gears, and that is just hit your shots, man. If you can just hit a shot or 2, you can win a good, easy fight in Gears any day of the week and twice on Sunday. That team fight out there, though, that very last one with Fearzly and Dsylexic ending up in the 1v1, that was a highlight reel fight for me for both teams, because I just absolutely love seeing how teams rotate at the highest level of gears, how much it means to have an extra gun in the fight.
That's so important, Colin. And I think that was the fight that, even though we're in the last round and Fire and Ice did win it, I think they won a little bit sooner when it came down to that 1v1 battle and drop shot control. Now, we got 2 maps left in our series. We got Vasgar and a possible Forge if Carnage can win a map that they have not played in the Pro League up until this point. On the flip end, Fire and Ice, they have gotten plenty of reps there on this map. And on the flip end, if we go to distance, Fire and Ice is undefeated on Forge. So Carnage Gaming, man, they got their hands full if they want to upset Fire and Ice in this series, but it's too early to call because Carnage has won some series that we have not predicted them to win before. And I've said it before that when their back's against the wall, this team turns up.
And they really have, and they've shown that time and time again, which is why I'm not saying that we're going to call it one way or the other. I'm not going to say that anybody is going to have the upper hand, because I've never seen a team... I can't say that. I've seen teams with this kind of heart, but Carnage is next level. Their desire, their passion, their will to win is next level right now. I have seen teams crumble under pressure, especially the way that they went out in the last qualifier tournament where they had to win through that last chance qualifier and they couldn't finish out rounds. Having that kind of resolve in your team, that kind of sturdiness, that speaks volumes to me as somebody that loves to see passion rise above the rest in gears and see that kind of come out in players and have that win the day. Carnage has really won me over as a fan. I might not have picked him in this matchup, but that by no means makes me think that this is going to be a cakewalk, because I don't care who you are. Carnage Gaming gives you a good run for your money. They rotate fast, they hit a lot of shots, and they make you work for every inch in the match.
Man, you said it perfectly right there, Colin. These guys are so they don't give up, man. Okay, and I love players like that who want to work hard. They had so many challenges there in the challenge in the LCQ trying to get to the Pro League over the off season and get those points where, like you said, they qualify in the very last tournament. From that point on, they said, you know what? We've been through the ringer. We've been in the trenches. Let's live up here. Let's get some of this high life, okay? Let's go up there towards the top. In these last few weeks, man, it's the reason why they're a top 4 team in our league when nobody had them on their radar when we entered the season.
And I mean, one of those other things is, what else do you have to lose if you're Carnage? You were the team that nobody thought would make it here with the performances you put out in that last tournament. You have to come back from the depths of hell to win it. So now everybody just kind of looks past you. You got nothing else to lose. Punch everybody in the mouth and make them think twice. Make them double take, just like we're about to take a couple double takes here at our map number 2. It is Vasgar. We just left this with Noble versus Vanquish. But I've got a feeling, Blaze, that we aren't necessarily going to see the same kind of setup and weight defenses we got to see in that matchup.
I don't think we are either. This is going to be a game of rotations. All these players don't know how to sit still, Colin, okay? They don't know how to sit still. You know, Fire and Ice had to play PK a few weeks ago on this map, and they would have won it if they wasn't so aggressive. They put themselves on respawn warning. PK won it in the final round. And, you know, Fire and Ice, they've been hurting from that one ever since. So let's see if they've learned from that to be able to change up the pace. And when they go at 100%, you don't got to stay there, okay?
You're going to see the extra kills come out. The ice will be broken by Carnage Gaming, but Fire and Ice trying to answer back in here. A couple of downs come through. Dsylexic, though, in the back. We'll be able to get one more. He's finally going to go down. Triple cap domination being threatened momentarily. 3 members of Fire and Ice in the area, though. Feint will get the revive onto Dsylexic. 3v2 on this side of the map. Xploidz will try to get the first shots on. They're not going to be able to get either of these downs or kills just yet. And Feint tries to fight downstairs, ends up getting wiped away. Now, I'll be curious to see if they rotate through mid-map, and they already are. Sleeafer flying across mid-map. He gets called out by Absenz. 3v2 back at the C hill now. They're going to apply the pressure at their original home hill, as well as the A hill. So this will be a double push by Fire and Ice to try to get this map back in their favor.
Fire and Ice, this is a well-placed push for them. They got both B and C capped up. All 4 members are here at their opponent's home hill. And with that flank coming through there from ChaoZ, I believe it is, no more Xploidz. Don't matter. The whole team is here, Colin.
That is going to be
able to get this one capped up.
I was going to say, they better get back on the hill. Oh, baby, there we go.
Yo, he's an asshole for that one.
No, hell no. You a hero for that one. Chainsaw kills make you an instant hero. Like Enrique Iglesias is singing in my head right now because he could be my hero, baby. He got that chainsaw execution. Look, if you don't know, now you know. This is the best and the oldest execution in Gears history.
It's the one why we love this game. Like, that execution is the reason we love this game, and we played it a little bit longer and never got off.
One of my favorite quotes in any interview ever was Rod Ferguson having somebody ask him, "Why did you put a chainsaw on the end of an assault rifle?" And he said, "Why not?" That's a thinking man right there. That's a man's man right there. But here we go to round number 2. Fire and Ice, they take that first round. They're going to overload the home hill of Carnage Gaming. Carnage is going to back up, and they're going to try to play defense here. They're actually, oh no, they're going to rotate out toward the B hill. This is going to be the over-rotation we were concerned with in the first round. Fearzly trying to get away with his life now and try to set up to play some defense. I'll be curious to see if they can withstand a 4-man assault or 3-man assault from Carnage Gaming. Double Lancers out, though, getting downs left and right.
I've never liked this push, Colin. I have never liked the B hill, the overextension through the spawn to go up the stairs to A. At that point, if nobody's at B, I'm going back to my spawn and get seen until my opponents decide they want to fight me at tank. But
Carnage Gaming likes that push. They got 4 kills.
Yeah, they did. Hey, it worked out for him, right? It still worked out for him at the end.
Xploidz takes pretty, I would say that's almost a mismanaged 1v1. He pushes up, tries to go for the back A, doesn't really find anything out of it. Most of Fire and Ice is back off of respawn now. It's a 4v5 on the map until they can get, I believe, Xploidz back onto the map. They're going to push in BGod behind that far left cover, just playing some defense here, playing that Farmer Dom skin that we all know and love. Going to get Lancer just a hair. He's finally going to go down, but he has a teammate right there in the area. They're going to continue to try to push, continue to try to Lancer out here, forcing them into bad positions. That is a triple cap domination being correct. Cristalize will get revived. They've got 2 more members in the area to worry about. They're going to push back against the tide, though, into the arrival spawn. Absenz has to turn around. He has to worry about people coming up the stairs at him. He's got a teammate with him, though, who's going to get downed and outed. And you see Absenz, he's going to be flying to B hill.
He says, "Hey, bruh, I'm out." You know, hey, I'm going to just have to sacrifice you. I'm not dying with you in this position. And we talked about it's harder to stay alive than it is to get a kill. Absenz did a good job there, playing his life. And he just tried to get in position and to guard B. But I think he gave up a little bit too much. His teammates was coming off respawn. Now, that's hindsight. But here in a moment, Fearzly, he's able to pick up this meat shield. He goes for the chunk, but he's made quick work of.
This is back. I mean, they are just taking every fight around the map. Look at the way that Fire and Ice is continuing to spread their forces, spread their numbers, try to take 1v1s, 1v2s around the map. They have a 2-to-1 hill advantage. They don't really need to take these fights. They might want to rotate back over to C because you can see Carnage coming back off of respawn. They're going to try to focus this fight at their home hill. Once again, Dsylexic on 1 out of 4 already. And you see him backing up. He says, I got to skedaddle, brother. I want to hit the dip set on you and just go back to spawn and hope I can Lancer out and help you out later down the road. Meanwhile, it's going to be a 3v2 breaking out at the home hill of Fire and Ice. You're going to see Xploidz try to push up and get this kill onto Fein and Dsylexic. He's going to be snubbed out, though, and taken down, which will open up the home hill of Carnage Gaming back to themselves. Be going back in favor of Fire and Ice, though.
Yeah, and that's the heal that Carnage needs in this late game. And because B is locked in, unless player 2 can win a huge fight, Fire and Ice goes up 2-0. Now, that was a great initial kill here by Dsylexic. He's not going to have nobody who can follow up with him. And Fire and Ice, they will win 2 rounds in a row.
You're going to see Fire and Ice take that 2-0 lead. And honestly, a lot of this second map has really come down to the extra rotations by Fire and Ice and the extra kills where they're finding players like BGod and Dsylexic in 1v whatever situations, whether it be 2 or 3, getting him quickly downed and out and making sure that they're not able to stay in the fight. I mean, if you're going to play against Carnage Gaming and you're going to keep a Dsylexic off of respawn, that's one hell of a strategy if you ask me.
Oh, that is a hell of a strategy right there. Now, let's see what strategy we're going to get opening into this round. Carnage Gaming not going to favor the top portion of the map. They want to make sure they can lock in B, and they will have a main advantage in this fight. And they can identify that based off of how far back Xploidz is playing. So they're going to make sure they can get a cap, but they will send back Feint to help guard the home hill, because they know if they see two players on that side of the map, the other player, the third, has to be on the flip end.
See BGod standing outside of that shock grenade, unable to push up down the arrivals. They're going to push straight at him through those stairs. Good couple of shots on. They back up, go for the little defensive stand here. You're going to have a 1v1 down low, but that's the kill that they needed to come through. Dsylexic will now push toward the Sea Healer, or even go for this flank. Yeah, they're going to have Sleeafer angled out. They're going to have him downed, as well as Fearzly. Last two members alive for Fire and Ice will be alive at the B hill. Meanwhile, 2-to-1 hill setup will go in favor of Carnage. This will be the third round of this first map, and Carnage Gaming finally have their feet under them.
So great rotation by Dsylexic. Him and Absenz tried to get aggressive through their opponent's spawn to initially play for the trip cap domination, but once he lost his teammate, fantastic rotation through mid-map to get the flank and ultimately put his team in his position. Now, Carnage Gaming, they're going to try to take over B before Fire and Ice can decap C and get the intel that there's only one player at A.
See BGod now pushing back into B hill. He's going to go for the decap. He sees two members flying off of spawn. They're going to try to push up on this 2v1, and this is what I was talking about. They keep getting these easy kills or these easy push-ups onto players like Dsylexic, who find themselves pushed down and out. Back A by Feint. I mean, absolutely works that player from Fire and Ice. ChaoZ tries to bounce up the hill. He's going to get called out, taken down. One more player to worry about here. That's Sleeafer. He's going to be in a 2v1. He actually might try to run away and get away with his life. Meanwhile, they're rotated over to the B hill. They're going to try to muscle it up and get the retake there and come off of respawn. Third round of the first half, so plenty of lives to play with for both teams, except for Fearzly and Dsylexic and Absenz. Only players really down on their luck and on their respawn so far. Four members of Carnage in the area, though, going for the decap and retake of the home hill of Fire and Ice. This has definitely got to be a Carnage Gaming round, if you ask me.
You know, I mentioned a PK series beforehand, and the player that put Fire and Ice in the trenches with the respawns was Fearzly. He is in that position again. He's going to have to concede this round for his team and not spawn in. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They give up this round of Carnage, and that was the smart play. Live to fight again in round number 4. You guys been playing great, but don't commit too much and beat a dead horse.
And don't do what you did a few weeks ago against Pittsburgh Knights, where you overinvest early in those rounds and end up finding yourselves deep into a hole. So we go here to the last round of the first half. It is 2-to-1 in favor of Fire and Ice. We're going to see the Incendiary versus the Shock.
Classic.
And then we see the Flash versus the Smoke. So both teams setting up for their utilities, just like Noble and Vanquish did, except they had different philosophies over what was going to benefit them more, with Fire and Ice preferring that early Incendiary to the Shock of Carnage Gaming.
Yep, because based off that weapon placement and how much time it takes you to pick it up and get to the fight, some of those placements, you can grab it as soon as you get to the fight, right? Except on that lower spawn, when you got to come down low and fight for tanks, you got to go up those stairs. Now, we're seeing that it's going to be Fire and Ice who has control at B for now, but Carnage Gaming, they got enough players coming off respawn to force back, get that kill. Shockwqve killed Xploidz because he was on his last down, so pistol kill comes through. And now they're able to work together to get Sleeafer, get the B hill. They need to keep pressing forward, but they need to be cautious of the players that are spawning up from Fire and Ice.
They need to get a kill here on Dsylexic. Last round, Dsylexic was on 1 out of 4 respawns for quite some time. He died early in the initial on this one. They need to find that kill on him. That's the way that they apply that pressure. That's what's really been winning them these rounds, is taking away the teeth of the offense of a Carnage Gaming. Dsylexic playing back, playing with his Lancer out. And I mean, look at the damage they are putting out, Blaze.
I knew 2 players could sit on that cover. I just knew it. Now, he's showing us how to put out that damage, and he is... Everybody knew he was there, Colin. He was getting focused, but he managed to return enough fire, but unfortunately his team was there able to capitalize off those plays, and Fire and Ice was just way better.
At that final retake of the home hill of Carnage Gaming, they are indeed way better. They are now 2 rounds away from getting a 2-0 map count victory over the likes of Carnage Gaming. Carnage need to find the answer, and they need to find it here soon. Down 3-1. You don't want to go out 10-2 in a round count against Fire and Ice when you've been playing as well as Carnage has. So we're going to see Fire and Ice upgrade to that Shock, as well as you're probably going to see Carnage Gaming go over to that Incendiary. This will be a great team fight, though, because now we enter into the second half. The hills will flip, that mid-neutral at the helicopter, and then, of course, we're going to have a lot of battles over that F hill. We saw it with Noble versus Vanquish. We're definitely going to see it here between Carnage and Fire and Ice. I'm pretty assured of that.
All right, here we go. Heading into round number 5. Respawns replenished. Now, each of these squads can kind of change the mistakes in which they made in the first half, but I don't think really either of them did when it comes down to the respawns. But you have to be more cautious because there's an extra round in the second half. So, you know, you get a little bit too overzealous, and round number 9 is really where it can screw you over.
I love how he was trying to hide in the middle of the map and throw that Incendiary a little late.
It was so sneaky.
ChaoZ pushes up, though. Gets a couple of L triggers out, a couple of pot shots, feints over the cover. He's going to back up. There's the reaction shot out from ChaoZ. Will get the kill. Meanwhile, the home of Fire and Ice is going to go in favor of Carnage Gaming here very shortly. They're trading out Home Hill for Home Hill. BGod down in the middle. Cristalize finally cleaning him up. They need to be careful. They're on the Carnage Gaming side of the map. Carnage will have their home back. Fire and Ice will come off of respawn and go right back to their home. So looks like everything's going to pretty much even up again, just like it would be if it was the start of the round. And we can see if Carnage Gaming can take back one or the other hill. And 4 members of Fire and Ice are already taking back their home. So I think I have an idea of where they're going to rotate to.
Yeah, I do too. They're going right to that F hill. And they got all the intel in which they need, so they're going to rush these members down here of Carnage. That's Dsylexic and BGod. They're not going to hold back at all because they got the count that 3 members are behind. So at this point, it's Dsylexic. He just needs to stay alive and get to his team if he can, and he can't cut through mid-map to join with them because that would have been the rotation. If he knew his teammates were going to D, they both should have just probably jumped ship, at least one of them.
Absenz pushing up toward the tank now. They're going to try to take a 2v1 here onto Fearzly, but Fearzly is going to continue to rotate back in this matchup. And real quick, Blaze, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sleeafer. He's such an impressive player. They actually have him up twice on the Fire and Ice side of the team lineup. I don't know if you noticed that yet, Blaze.
I did not, but, you know, I'm pretty sure Fearzly is his son, so, you know, it all works out in the end there.
Long-range Incendiary comes out, not going to be able to find any kills. Shockwqve will be waiting on the back A and will take care of 1 member of Fire and Ice, still not being able to get back their home hill. I think they need to go ahead and shock this one up, let it go by the wayside, go to 3-2. Maybe you make a miracle happen where these last 2 players get a bunch of kills, but with ChaoZ getting shut down by Dsylexic, now Xploidz trying his hand. He's going to get shut down as well. 3-2 we go into round number 6. Fire and Ice still looking to shut this down, but thankfully Carnage Gaming showing signs of life here in the second half of Vasgar.
Yeah, that was a big round there for Carnage because they go down 4-1 after losing the last map the way that they did. It's got to be a confidence killer, a momentum killer. And, you know, it's hard to fight yourself out of those situations because at that point, you need someone to say, okay, I'm making a play. And sometimes the wrong person does that, okay? And it puts your team in a big enough, in a bigger hole. But I tell you one thing, I love a player who loves to step up to the plate, even if they complete it or not. Do it for your team, okay? Don't sit back and play your position and try not to take the blame for the L. Do something to get the W.
Now we see a couple of players rotate over to the F hill for Fire and Ice. All the utilities out for both teams, and it looks like they're going to be set up. Fire and Ice will have the E hill cap, and a 5-man push from Carnage will go toward the F hill. That's a great shot onto Absenz, but won't be able to find a kill, only be able to find that down. Feint pushing up, trying to get the shots onto Xploidz now. They're going to slowly pick off 1 player after the next, attempting to push back in here. They need to trade out some of these kills, or Fearzly needs to move faster across the map, try to rotate in from behind and get the flank off on to Carnage to try to really create some havoc for this retake.
Now, Fire and Ice, they're fighting hard to defend this home hill, and they don't have the numbers in this position, but they're about to quickly shift them back into their favor. So F's locked in. Player number 8's already rotating, gathering intel mid-map. He's going to have a 1v1 up top at E. at this point, I don't see no reason why Fire and Ice would not push this D hill, especially after ChaoZ makes quick work of Dsylexic. So, Colin, you actually do get a leg up on that battle as well.
I'd really like to see Fire and Ice play defense here. One of the things that if they can do in this round, they have one round kind of to play with. You force Carnage to push into you, you get a couple more kills. See if you can bait Carnage's life. See if you can make them make the same mistake you have on this very map before.
Especially when you know that they're kind of desperate in rounds and they feel like they have to play a little bit harder, a little bit faster, slay out. When they feel that way, that's the perfect time to slow it down and play defense, because you know they're going to charge for you and they're going to take some desperate situations. And it looks like they did take your advice there, Colin, because they were able to pick up these kills without any issues at all.
There you go. Finally, Feint will get inside of that hill, but get burned up by the incendiary grenade of Xploidz. That will triple cap domination and throw this to a map and match point. Fire and Ice now has 4 under their belt. And I mean, that was a pretty picture-perfect round from the Arrivals side of the spawn for Fire and Ice. So we go here. They're going to have to play one more round. This could be a 4-3, and we could see this go 5-3, just like we saw Vanquish and Noble. Do you see that same thing happening? Do you see Carnage Gaming fighting back from the Arrival side?
I do not, Colin, and I'll pick the win. I just don't. I don't think that Carnage is going to be able to just rally enough to come back and slow down Fire and Ice, because they're kind of still playing at that aggressive pace. They need to play smarter than F&I. So they need to figure out a way how to play off their cockiness and their overconfidence because of their position in which they're currently in this series. And I don't think I've seen Carnage play at that slower pace at all over these last 6 rounds. But if they can do that, maybe, just maybe, they need to force Fire and Ice to start conceding some of these next rounds.
See them rolling out on the spawn. Carnage will take the 2-1 hill advantage early once again. Fire and Ice is going to try to rotate back into this. This time, though, Absenz stays actually up on the ledge. He throws the incendiary grenade from the ledge and then gets the easy kill as he works back in. So they break Ice. Xploidz down now as well. 3 members left alive for Fire and Ice trying to fight back into this. Absenz still down, but they're not going to be able to clean him up once again. He gets away with his life, and Carnage Gaming is looking fantastic with their respawns. Fire and Ice is going to have to win a couple of fights around the map to try to put them into a bad position. Dsylexic pushes up, gets pushed back. There is the flash grenade. It'll get a stun, but it won't be able to give them the opening they need to push back into this. Fearzly will throw one of his own, but won't find any connection. Dsylexic, though, being pressed up on, down, now outed. He'll be down to 2 respawns.
Shockwqve trying to make a 200 IQ play, putting his pressure up here towards D, and then he's going to call in for Absenz to rotate through mid-map. Now, they're hoping that their teammates can hold F while they draw attention towards the other hills, and they're fighting 2 separate 1v1s, and that one's won by Xploidz, but on the other end, Shockwqve wins his against Fearzly. So now they get to battle it out in the gauntlet, but here comes ChaoZ to ruin the party. Not no more. Shockwqve says, give me my 1v1, because I'm taking it.
And what a taken 1v1 and win. Now they're pressuring the home hill of Fire and Ice. This could be a triple cap domination. Fearzly pushes in. Shockwqve back-to-back kills to help solidify the domination in round number 7, 4-3. And it looks like we might be we're going to at least around 8. But this is where Carnage Gaming has to show their mettle. They have to show what they're made of, because clearly the Arrivals spawn has been the dominant side on this map so far. So can Fire and Ice shut it down right here? Can Carnage show us what they're made of, become diamonds rather than dust, and take us to a round number 9?
I would have loved the drop placement down low at tank, just because the simple fact is that worst case scenario, Fire and Ice is going to be over there on that side of the map with the height advantage for the drop. All right. But they keep it even. And, you know, I respect it. Let's see if that's going to be the right play. Let's see if you even need the big power weapon center line. I guess I kind of been 1-on-1 all night, Colin. You know, we've watched it twice. I was hoping for one the last time. I didn't get it, but maybe I'll get it in this series. Just give me the round 9. That's all I need.
Oh, God, what a back A from Absenz. Looking like Hannah Dawn out there, the queen of back A's herself. That was beautifully done. Absenz now rotates into the top of the stairwell. Lancer onto Xploidz. Fire and Ice have their home, but they really don't have any pressure anywhere else on the side of the map. They got to start taking these fights together again, trying to get some downs. And you see Fearzly going for these reaction shots, trying to get pressure onto Dsylexic. They finally get the down on him in the middle and the kill. They got to get a few kills away from him if this does go to a round 9 to try to apply that pressure.
All right. Carnage, can they get their first map win on Vasgar for the Pro League? They got to win these last 2 rounds. Kills being traded off outside of F. Here comes the remaining 3 players of Carnage versus 3 members of Fire and Ice. Shot grenade is going to prevent any players from going towards the right, but a down came through. Revive was there. Carnage Gaming, they're going to take the home hill of F and I. Now, they need to make sure they got enough players watching the D hill to slow down any flanks that may come through. But it seems like Carnage, they got the intel that they want because they're positioned perfectly, and it's a 4v4 fight at F.
This is going to be a big-time engagement. BGod set up on that ledge. He's going to go down. Nobody really in the area to finish him off. There's the incendiary grenade. It doesn't get the Absenz kill. There's the shock out. Fearzly will try to rotate up to that top ledge. He's going to be lancered on. Dsylexic once again down. Nobody able to finish him off, though. Down on Absenz. They've got to be able to learn to clean up these kills. You see Xploidz. He knows he's going to get pressured upon. He's trying to run away. He needs to get the call out to his teammates that somebody needs to get over here. Help me out at the E-hill. 2 members are coming. Here comes the cavalry. Fearzly and I believe Cristalize. They're going to have a 3v3 over here at the E. There's the incendiary grenade. Shockwqve, little fakey up A, won't be awarded, and 3 kills back to back for Fire and Ice. Might be able to shut this down, but Absenz, if he's got anything to say about it, he's not letting this go quietly into the night.
Does he rotate the E now? He's going to cap the hill, and I say after he caps the hill, he can rotate. He could flank if he wants to. The flank wouldn't be a bad option. And in this moment, his team only needs 2 heals, Colin, so I like the flank. And it's going to come through. CG gets the revive, and Fate makes it there first. Absenz is going to have a 1v1 against ChaoZ, which he wins. And we're going to... Oh, let me not say it.
Xploidz has to go crazy. He has to go nuts. And there he goes.
Going
here comes Cristalize. He has to go crazy. He has to go nuts.
All right, here we go. Come on. What you got, Krista?
Oh.
Folks, we're going to a round 9.
What a win by Carnage Gaming on that round there on round number 8, really forcing this round 9 in very heavily defended fashion. A lot of respawns out for both teams early, so this round 9 is going to be heavily contested. It'll be about who wins probably this initial and maybe even one more push, but this is going to get pretty intense in the coming rounds. So, and this there's the disable. I think we're gonna get disabled. Double disables.
Okay. I like the play. I like the play a lot. Go for those disables, because if you don't and you put something down center line, your opponent has that disable that's left. It's an option for them if they want to, especially at this portion of the game. Here we go. It's all about who's good with those base loadout weapons, the shotty, pistol, lancer, who got the best flashes for their teammates and for themselves. Absenz is going to toss his up, take this opportunity to go in for a fight on Cristalize, and he landed a great shot, but nobody was able to put any damage on him once he came off the cover there.
There's the icebreaker. Now they're going to push up 4v3 situation. Shockwqve needs to make sure he doesn't go down in this. A couple of headshots come out. That's a lot of damage. Ensign, a little too long. These Ensigns have got to start converting kills for Fire and Ice. They're not able to find any just yet. Dsylexic has already used his as well, so they don't have anything to answer back with. Absenz tries to push up. He gets killed again. There's the home hill of Carnage Gaming going into favor of Fire and Ice. Once again, Fearzly has to rotate the hell out of there because he's going to be pressured upon. 3 members of Carnage Gaming flying toward the D-hill now. What's up?
Do you call them incendiaries or iceineraries in Fire and Ice's hands? That's my dad joke of the day. Okay.
All right. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. In my head, I was like, I think he's actually asking me, so I don't want to be rude. But I'm pretty sure this is a pun.
And yeah, it was. And even though, I'm known for bunchering incendiaries and call them incense for the last 3-4 years, hey, I'm with it.
Hey, look, we're going to have to see. I think they're actually waiting to steal the incendiary grenade. There's a bunch of flashes out of Fire and Ice. There's a quick kill by BGod, our player to watch in this matchup. He gets that initial ice-breaking kill over there at the home hill of Fire and Ice. Meanwhile, Fire Nice is trying to take a 1v at the other side, or 2v1 at the other side of the hill. Absenz actually gets a kill. Now he has Sleeafer on his heels. Sleeafer rotates out. Nobody's there really to help him. They're going to get to the E hill in time, but this could get dicey. They're trying to get this kill on Absenz to try to get him on his final life. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Pressure him out. Him and Shockwqve both on one. They have to get one of those kills to try to force them to make a mistake. Feint will go down for his efforts. Cristalize still alive in this fight. Shockwqve can't go down as well. That could have been bad news, Bears. Triple cap domination being threatened. Here comes Sleeafer from behind. Dsylexic trying to sneak the kill. There's the meat shield. Here's the shot out. Dsylexic, one more shot on to Sleeafer. Will get that down. And the out. Fire Nice, they answer back, and they're still alive in this for a moment. BGod, though, he's going to get taken down. Xploidz going to get the quick revive by the hand of, I believe, ChaoZ in that fight. They have to find Absenz to get that kill. They can't let ChaoZ get downed either.
Before BGod went down, he put ChaoZ on his last respawn here in the final round. He did such a good job just holding off Fire and Ice, and now he's in the fight, taking out Fearzly. He gets traded out. Cristalize, he's squared up. He needs ChaoZ's help, but ChaoZ, respawn warning. This is his last life. He takes one to the grave, though. Will it be enough?
It is. It's going to be enough. There's no way they can get around the map for the last 10 seconds and get double decaps at E and F with, I believe that is Dsylexic rotating behind them to get that D hill. And ladies and gentlemen, 5-4 we go. Carnage Gaming answer the bell. They get the victory here in map number 2. And I gotta say, BGod not only gets the match MVP for that map, but he was definitively the MVP. Every time they needed a big kill, he gets 15 to 9 caps and breaks, but 11 and 23 assists around the map. Every time somebody needed it.
He was 3 and 11 after like the first 4 rounds of this game. Constantly supporting his teammates, putting himself in positions to help the team. And I love that stat line. I love anytime a player gets more assists and they're on than kills and on the top of that board.
It's a beautiful thing to see. And what's going to be even prettier is map number 3 between Fire and Ice and Carnage Gaming right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to a map number 3. If you're just joining us, this is our dessert of the day. This was Fire and Ice and Carnage Gaming, and I had a feeling this was going to go 3 maps one way or the other, whether I liked it or not, even though I picked Fire and Ice and they seem to be in control of map number 2 Blaze. Carnage Gaming, they will not go away. They are the thorn in most of our pro leagues side right now.
Yes, they are, Colin. Man, you know what? We said if this was going to go to distance, we expected these maps to get flipped on the ones in which they won. But regardless, we are now here about to head over towards Forge. And Carnage Gaming, we talked about how their backs against the wall, no matter who they're playing, they come back even harder at map 2 and map 3. But this may be the toughest battle that they will have here on Forge. It's going to be an uphill battle. It's going to go down in top tower. Fire and Ice, they're 4-0 on this map. They have not lost it, okay? Carnage Gaming, they're sitting at 1-2.
A little bit of a mixed bag for Carnage Gaming. I think they really do favor this map, though, and they like this map. So I don't expect this to kind of be a walk in the park for Fire and Ice. I really expect this thing to go to the wire. Fire and Ice 5-1 on Asylum, 5-4 map number 2 going the way of Carnage Gaming. We come here to map number 3. It is Forged, ladies and gentlemen, and we've seen it a lot tonight. We've seen different theories on strats, on rotations, on how you take the fights, but it all basically boils down, and Blaze has said it best time and time again when we go on to Forge. It's those initials, baby. You got to win that control fight. You got to win the fights around the map. I know you're probably thinking the same thing, but I got to ask you, any thoughts coming into this map 3?
Yeah, so, you know, when it comes down to it, we're not to talk about the control tower fight up top, because like you said, Colin, you win that, you start to get map control. But from that point on, what happens if you lose the tower fight? You need a solid player in that 1v1 position down low from home hill to home hill who is not scared to start acquiring some real estate, okay? Some map control down there. He doesn't have to fight his target. He just needs to keep that guy in front of him and press up against that incinerator, put himself in striking distance to the home hill in case his teammates do win their fights in middle, because even if the fight up top is won, you only need the hills down low. So you could be awful in your fight up top, but have great rotations and great awareness and win the fight in the other lane.
Well, we're going to have to find out how these teams take those fights. 2v2, it's going to be a 2-2-1 split for both sides. Xploidz trying to push up and get that angle, but you're going to see those extra Lancer shots coming in from the bottom, but the kills coming through early for the side of Carnage Gaming. Xploidz still trying to fight this top button control fight against, I believe, the Absenz here in the 1v1. Couple of bounces, couple of shots on. Xploidz going for a great shot there, and he's got Absenz a little full red. Baiting out the next shot, slides in to the right hand of Absenz and gets taken down and put out. 2-1 hill advantage going in favor of Carnage.
Great initial there to Carnage up top. They get first blood. They press up and map control. You know, we talked a lot about winning the fights in the other lanes, and they did. The home hill player's fine to sit back because he got 3 players mid-map who have pressed up, and they got angles on F&I. This is a perfect setup to force F&I to go across to the home. Absenz needs to just make sure he doesn't do too much up top and gives up a free lane, because at this point, it's Carnage Gaming in full control.
Now you're going to see what Fire and Ice can do with this next push. 3 people stacked up back of the incinerator. They're going to try to bounce through, try to put pressure onto Carnage Gaming's home hill. Feint backing all the way up. You can see the extra Lancer shots coming out. They're very slowly and methodically moving across the map. Fire and Ice have gotten 1 kill, though, and 2. They've gotten the break at B. Meanwhile, Carnage Gaming is answered back by going toward the home hill of Fire and Ice. You're going to see Cristalize stay there at Carnage Gaming's home hill. Shockwqve moves up, goes for the up A, and the reaction shot won't be able to get it. Now 3 members stacked up outside of the home hill of Carnage. They're going to break in. BGod will go down. Here comes the smoke. Dsylexic will get a kill and a kick, but they will not get the round. Fire and Ice answer back and get round number 1.
I'm trying to look back and think about how the hell Carnage Gaming lost that setup that they had. And I will say that players 1 and 6, it was Fearzly taking out BGod. He won a big 1v1 to get the decap there at B. Even though Shockwqve made a great play going through the spawn to try to extend this round for his teammates to respawn, he ultimately falls. And then the 2 players who was initially watching Incinerator, they had more shotties out than Lancer when the push was coming. They went for chunks and they allowed their teammate to get down. And that's I want to say that was Faint in that position with a shotty out. He needs to get a better cross at a better angle.
You're going to see Fearzly now moving up into the top control room. Lancer out, trying to get that shot on, but once again, Xploidz is going to go down to that extra Lancer damage. Unsure what they can do about it for now, and you can see those first couple of kills coming through for Carnage. They're going to have the early access to the setup in this second round. See if they can hold on to their defense, though, in this second round. I'm not sure if Sleeafer's going to be able to do anything here from the back of the incinerator. He's going to go down as well. They're going to be on full-fledged offense coming into the home hill of Fire and Ice.
Now, Carnage Gaming, they're trying to quickly return the favor to F&I, and they're going to do so, and I think it was in a quicker time as well, Colin. Great round there. This time around, they won the initial up top, quick transition down low through B, and they were able to pick up those kills through middle and push towards their opponent's home hill. They didn't slow it down anymore, because last time it was like, all right, guys, we could have pushed them and probably wanted the previous round, but they knew they played a little bit too passive. So I like the change of pace there for them, but with the respawns getting slower, shorter, these next few rounds, the pace will change again, and these squads are going to have to play more for the power weapons that's about to be put on this map, and they're going to have to play for those 2-to-1 hill setups and get a better cross, because it's going to be some teams, when they're trapped in there, they're going to be pushing down low on that incinerator.
You're going to see Absenz push in here into the 2v1. They're actually going to pressure up Fearzly, though. Back A will come out. They'll finally get the first kill here at the top of the control tower. Dsylexic is going to get pistoled on. Nobody's going to get the down, though. So Fire and Ice has to use this advantage that they got early in this round to try to get around the map. And you're going to see one of the things, what they're going to be able to do here. Faint will get rounded out here in the cogwheels. He's going to be pushed up on by 2 members of Fire and Ice. Finally get a kill there. But here comes the reinforcements. Carnage Gaming springing into action.
Ooh, springy. They still a little bit springy right there, all right? Now, Carnage Gaming here in this position, they're in a tough spot, because player number 5, he has the angle on the stairs and ChaoZ has his cross. So he's going to walk himself into that corner, making sure nobody can hear him. Dsylexic knows that his spidey sense kind of went off there, and he drops back. So this is we talked about pushes coming through the lower incinerator and having a better cross than you did the previous round. Fire and Ice, they're going to give up a lot quickly, because their teammates had a main advantage on the other side of the map that they're trying to work for in that home hill.
I want to see what Fire and Ice does with this as they get their home hill back. They still have B. They have 1 member pressed all the way up toward the Carnage Gaming side of the map. I'm just unsure if that's necessary pressure in this situation. Cogwheels, the defensive location for Fire and Ice. They're slowly losing members, though, as Carnage Gaming are marching across the map. ChaoZ finally getting a kill, but gets rotated up on from behind. Home-to-home stretch. Carnage Gaming is trying to apply this pressure right back onto Fire and Ice. They have it down on Fearzly. They'll be able to clean it up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Whoa. Cristalize has to rotate out really quickly, because he got shot on quite a lot by Dsylexic.
Scared me coming out of nowhere right there. I thought that player was about to get rap-shotted by an opponent, how quickly he turned that corner. Now, Carnage Gaming, I like the setup. They don't need nobody in tower technically, but if they did have a player in tower to get them a lot of intel and force Fire and Ice to really kind of thin this map out just a bit more. Instead, Fire and Ice is able to group up Carnage. They pick up 2 kills in middle, but BGod had an answer for him.
BGod was waiting in the wings and once again answering the bell for his team. BGod really putting his best foot forward, trying to get Carnage Gaming this win here tonight. Late into the evening, they take a 2-to-1 round lead. And so far, as impressive as Fire and Ice have been on this map throughout the Pro League, they are looking quite shaky in the early goings of this map 3 against Carnage Gaming. They got to find an answer for those early round initials up top, especially because they keep getting damaged from down low by that extra Lancer fire. Now with those marks out, it's just going to be that much harder.
Now, it is going to get harder because we got a lot of talented marks of players in this lobby. Sleeafer being one of them. And we'll get the chance to see these put to good use. Now that Torpo comes down, you're going to have to watch out for Fearzly over there. We'll see what happens in the next round, but currently Absenz gets stunned. He stays alive enough for Dsylexic to cause some commotion on the flank, but in the end, Xploidz and Fearzly win that 2v2 fight. Now, BGod won his 1v1 fight. He'll be able to get the home heal of his opponent.
You're going to see BGod try to rotate out. He's going to get that kill. There's a good cleanup. He's trying to protect his teammate. There's the revive. You see Sleeafer try to get revived as well. BGod's going to get yet another kill by his net lonesome here on the Fire and Ice side of the map at the home hill. And he is just living forever. BGod is a thorn in their side. They've got to find a way to get him off the map and get him out-rotated. ChaoZ in the area. Look at the way that Carnage Gaming is controlling this fight. And the call comes out. Fearzly tries to rotate around behind him. He's going to get called out, and we're going to stay here on BGod because he's got a little killing spree going on. He's a little merciless right now, and there it is, 3-1. Carnage Gaming, 2 rounds away from bringing it all the way back and shutting it down with a 2-1 of their own against Fire and Ice.
Man, they trying to tell me to relax, please. Give us an opportunity to work, okay? You have faith in us. Give us an opportunity to work for your prediction.
Let me work. Let me breathe, Blaze.
Give us some time to fill them out a bit, okay? You know we're not too hot at map number 1, all right? We go to distance. We probably got the most maps played out of any team in the Pro League. And all their series have, actually, I was going to say all their series have went to 3 maps except 2. So out of the 6 series I want to say they played, 3 of them have went the distance, all right? And that's against Rise, Elevate, UYU, and the Pittsburgh Knights. So no difference here against F and I. They love playing against the best.
You see Shockwqve, Torquebo in hand. He's trying to get a quick pick there on Sleeafer on the back side of the map. Fire and Ice is taking over the E-Hill. They're going to set up at their home in mid-neutral. Shockwqve splash damage onto Cristalize, going to throw out that flash. They are getting triple cap dominated. Meanwhile, Dsylexic moves in. Xploidz gets another down on Dsylexic. That is a massive kill. No man's land for Absenz. Won't be able to find any hills in time. There's the answer back from Fire and Ice. Starting here in the second half, drop shot down. Torquebo in the hands of Carnage Gaming for just 1 round by themselves, I believe. And now you're going to see everybody kind of evened up in their placements.
Man, oh man. So that was a great drop shot placement on the side of Fire and Ice. They were able to quickly get the transition, download the Captain Incinerator, and they was able to overextend towards their opponent's home hill. Now, I think they're not going to be able to do that same play this time around. It's going to be a hard-fought fight for the drop shot, but if Carnage can slow them down and keep winning their fight up top in the control tower, they'll have a great setup.
And now they've given that Torquebo to ChaoZ. I'm curious to see how that plays out for both teams. The Torquebo out for Shockwqve. ChaoZ sitting in the cover. There's the shot on. Splash damage will be out. There's a quick bow onto Dsylexic. Won't be able to find his marker. Absenz trying to rotate onto the backside of ChaoZ. All 3 bolts out already. Absenz turns around. Fearzly versus Absenz, top side of the map. ChaoZ trying to rotate in. They're going to get that down finally onto him, trying to take a look over at the weapon placements. Unsure if anybody's been able to get that drop shot yet. Xploidz with another kill there on the feint. Dsylexic moves in. He's going to try his hand now. He's going to realize he's in a 2v1, and he just has to rotate out and try to wait for some help. If he gets down and killed off here, that could give the drop shot back to Fire and Ice.
But he brought his team enough time to get in position and defend it. Those 2 players should have killed him years ago, Colin. Now, BGod is here with Absenz with their Lancers out. Focusing a drop, the flashes go away. Their teammates push up to distract while Xploidz picks up this drop shot, and he's just going to take this one back to spawn. Cristalize dies, but not in vain.
I see Shockwqve now on your screen trying to push up. He's in a 2v1 himself. This is the thing that we need to be worried about. Where Fire and Ice last game was putting themselves into pretty bad situations. Now it seems like Carnage Gaming is falling for the over-rotations of Fire and Ice. They've got mid-neutral and home control. They're up by about 55 points, and Xploidz has the drop shot in hand to be able to use wherever he so pleases. And there it is, on to Dsylexic. Another kill will get him down to, I believe, 2 out of 4. This could get dicey if this has to go much further, because Fire and Ice is doing exactly what I thought they needed to do last map, and that was try to garner some of those respawns out of Carnage Gaming.
Now, did they get enough respawns out of them? Carnage is going to have to concede if they do not win this next team fight, Colin. They are in a good position here. Now, Fire and Ice, they got way more respawns to utilize to stay in this round. They got the 2-to-1 hill advantage. Nice attempt for BGod with that bow, but it does not connect. Incinerator gets pressed as well. And that was a great decap while the bow was getting charged. And I like the play from him. But Xploidz got max respawns here in the second half. And he's on top of his opponent's home hill with no fear.
And Dsylexic gets killed again. That'll put him down to 1. Sleeafer will finally get taken out on the backside of the map. E-Hill decap, but F and D will be in favor of Fire and Ice, which will easily try to put them into the 150 marker. 2 alive for Carnage. They're going to try to survive this out for as long as they can. Shockwqve might have a 1v1 to take, but he's going to get easily clapped by Xploidz, who will walk up behind him as he picks the torque, get the kill. Ladies and gentlemen, all tied up. Fire and Ice, they get this thing back after 6 rounds to 3-3. And now we got a best of 3 to finish our best of 3 of our best 4 matches of the night, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, hey, you love to see it, folks. Now, I'm curious to see what placements we're going to get because Torque Bows are here. Now, Fire and Ice, they got to have that one. Now, how does Carnage capitalize? Oh, Fire and Ice went for the block. Okay. Carnage, you gonna respond? You might as well respond now. You can't give up a free Torque Bow.
They want to get to that 4th round before they use their block. They're playing this. They're playing this for the long game. They want to go for that round 9 possibility. So even if Fire and Ice wins here, Carnage Gaming blocks out the Torque. They go for the long game in this one. They want to be able to put that pressure on Fire and Ice in that 8th and 9th round.
Man, if Fire and Ice loses this one, folks, you might as well call it a series because they have a clear advantage here with that Torque Bow. Now we're seeing how Carnage is playing this a little bit more passively. They're going to spread this map straight down the center line. They almost even cap this E-Hill. The revive comes through. Player number 1 needs to focus his efforts in the middle at the drop shot. 8 and 5 in a crucial 1v1 up top. And it's going to be Absenz to press him back here. Shockwqve, he's going to stick the top of the cover. Feint knows he has to shift over because that splash damage will hurt.
Oh, and an extra splash damage will help put the area of effect onto Shockwqve. He's going to have to rotate out. Fearzly is going to take that 1v. Now he has some help from behind. A couple of kills come through. This could be a very quick round. I think they're going to concede. Carnage is trying to get their respawns back, but I mean, that's just going to put everybody at 4 in the entire room. So rounds 8 and 9 are going to be quite interesting, Guy Blaze.
They will be. Now, Carnage definitely has to use their block in this round because I don't think they could gamble it on the last if they want to. They could gamble it. Fire and Ice, they're going to choose to get that extra util on one of their front 3 spawns here. Now, does Carnage use their block now? That's the $1 million question. If they don't, what else are they going to do though? That's the other one. So they could put something. They could put some flash grenades on their lower secondary, but that's not going to play a huge impact currently in this round, and they're down. So that block was a must-have.
You're going to see now the same exact thing probably. Fire and Ice might stretch out their numbers. I know, max respawns for 2 rounds. Torque Bow out from Shockwqve. Won't be able to find anybody up top. Fearzly might try to challenge the 1v. Meanwhile, Feint will die as well as Xploidz. So right there in the cogwheels, the battle has broken out. Sleeafer taking a 1v on to Dsylexic, bottom side of the incinerator, trying to pressure up. Fearzly, meanwhile, has won the top button control. Here's a bow over the top onto ChaoZ. Damn near picks him as he pokes his head out to try to get some Lancer shots on. Fearzly has another 1v1 to take in front of him. Here comes the rest of the respawns out from Fire and Ice, though, trying to pressure up and force them out of these situations. Cristalize tries to turn and burn, won't be able to get one. Shockwqve, 1 bolt left in his quiver. Absenz a drop. No drop shot in hand. Where is the drop, as a matter of fact? It's ChaoZ. Oh, good God. How did he get out of there safely?
Man, he booked it, okay? He says, I will not get caught out and die with this drop on my back. But look at the setup Carnage has. They have Fire and Ice pinched back, and they're going to need ChaoZ to hit some of these drop shots to relieve the pressure. But Fire and Ice, they focus fire Dsylexic. But are they able to pick up any kills elsewhere? They are not. With this button being pressed, this is the prime opportunity for them to possibly, go play for the home hill, but they don't know where the drop is yet.
They have no idea that the drop is just kind of waiting in the wings to try to get that extra kill. Here comes ChaoZ. He's going to get back aid, though. This is one of those times where it's just, you don't know why he doesn't use it early.
Oh, man. He thought he was going to get that kill, but Absenz says, I'm better. I am better. That's 3 members down here, Fire Knights, who just respawn. And now they got to defend his home hill. Fearzly, he's trapped between 2 players. Absenz is trying to play his life, waiting for help to come, and he gets it.
Here it comes. Cristalize off of respawn, trying to break back in, but this is exactly what we saw in last round. Both teams using their block and winning their rounds to perfection. It will be a round number 9 to solidify our winner in this best of 3 between Fire and Ice and Carnage Gaming. It all comes down to this, and Carnage Gaming has the respawn advantage.
Man, this is what Carnage, they played the long game, Colin. You called it out. They found themselves at a respawn disadvantage. I want to say, what was that, round 6 it was? And from that point on, they built them up. They didn't invest too much on their opponent's block. They was able to save theirs around, build up the respawns, and take that same advantage to get them to a round 9. And one squad, Xploidz got, what? Oh, they halved it. Okay, halved it. There you go. I'm about to say, hold up, wait a minute. Then we got bowls on the map already.
You were like, right. sir, excuse me. Torquebo's out for both teams.
Let's
Drop
go.
shot
Last
still
round.
in the middle. Last round of the night, ladies and gentlemen. BGod pushes in. Xploidz opposite of him. Here comes the flash. They're going to try to catch BGod in the middle. Cogwheels. They've already got a kill on the Sleeafer backside of the map. Xploidz has to basically rotate out of here. Torquebo in the area. He's going to stick the top, try to get damage onto Cristalize. Won't be able to get the down. They're going to try to answer back with a little bit of splash damage of their own into those back pillars. ChaoZ has to rotate over to get a revive. A couple of downs come out for both teams. Nobody able to find the kills just yet, but ChaoZ downs Xploidz. But here comes the cavalry. Kill feed lighting up blue for just a moment. They have to worry about Dsylexic. He's still alive. He's able to rotate over. They get the call out on him. 3 members of Carnage Gaming will be back off of respawn, recapping their home hill. Not able to figure out where they got to rotate just yet. I think this time Xploidz, though, he's going to know damn well you don't sit on the drop shot in a round number 9. You make sure you get at least 1 kill with it.
Yeah, you do. You got to. Now, Carnage had, like you said, when we came in here, they had plenty of respawns to work with. So they lost the first team fight, only down 5 points. Oh, and they get themselves back in this game. And Absenz have just been rap-shotting everybody in this lobby. That's his go-to move. And it's been working out for him, Colin.
There's the break onto the E-hill. Now you're going to see what they can do. One more drop in hand. A headshot onto Absenz will shut him down. Torque pick backed up for Xploidz. They recap the E-hill. Not going to be able to find that pick just yet. BGod's going to be caught in that corner. He's going to try to roadie strafe around. A lot of splash damage onto BGod. There's the quick revive out. They're going to try to get this extra shot on. Xploidz on his last down and out, though. There goes the Torquebo. ChaoZ cleaned up right after that. This is the momentum shift. Carnage Gaming will be well within their rights to win this round. They're going to be able to retake the map advantage over across the E-hill.
Oh, that
Sleeper
was a huge
down
kill.
and out. This is all Carnage Gaming to finish this off.
But the 2 players up top are not pushing yet. That's 7 and 9. Kane and Shockwqve, they don't want to press. They're letting their team know, hey, you guys don't got to commit. We're playing for the 2-1. I know you guys want to play for the domination, but this is the fastest respawns, and they got so many lives. Don't throw it away. Shockwqve B, he's been an awesome IGL for this team throughout the entire series, making 200 IQ plays from in those first 2 matches in which we were watching. But he's got to keep his team composed in this moment, Colin. They seem to be crumbling.
ChaoZ is dead yet again. Absenz trying to push up. He's going to try to rotate over to his teammate. Not going to be able to make it there just in time. Sleeafer going for the decap at the E-hill. No points going in favor of Carnage Gaming momentarily. You see Xploidz getting killed off. Cristalize trying to get out with the drop shot. It'll be on his back. It's not going to matter a hill of beans. There's still a 1v over at the E-hill. BGod will get the decap. He's going for the recap, as a matter of fact. ChaoZ won't be able to find yet another pick. They're just giving up ground. Sleeafer has to push in. This will be a big-time fight. The splash damage will find the kill. Sleeafer and Cristalize on their final life, ladies and gentlemen.
F-hill. Carnage Gaming, they knew they had already pressed the button, so they said just keep the 2-hill advantage. Go lock in a home hill, cap it. We'll help you off the respawn. They wasn't able to because Fearzly came off respawn, causing some commotion here, Colin, but it was not enough. F gets locked in. Sleeafer needs this decap now, but he's being watched by a bow. He can't respect him. We got to hope the player misses the shot. His teammate will decap D. Now, Carnage Gaming, they can't get flustered, but it doesn't matter because they lock in that final round.
What a finale to the night, ladies and gentlemen. Carnage Gaming, they get absolutely dominated in map number 1, and they say, you know what? Let's take this thing the marathon. Let's go 18 rounds over the last 2 maps, and let's show Fire and Ice that we can win it 5-4, 5-4. We can show Colin that he's an idiot for continuing to doubt us, and we can show Blaze that his faith was not misplaced when he picks us to win this final matchup of the night. They come away 2-1, and what a score line for some of these players. Oh my God.
What a series that was, man. It was insane. You know, Carnage Gaming, man, you cannot count this team out no matter what. And only when they play tough opponents. Pittsburgh Knights, UYU, Elevate, Rise, now Fire and Ice added to that tally. They go to distance with them, but that last map, it's always close. It's always close. Either they win it in a dominant fashion or it's going down to the last round.
And I can't say it enough. I harp on it. People are going to get tired of hearing me saying it. Carnage Gaming is a team built from right in here. They are built from the heart up. They know what it takes to be champions in Gears, and it is that never say die. It is that never give up attitude. People don't know how impressive it is for a team to have that. That is also as young on our scene as Carnage Gaming.
Yeah, man. You know, you gotta. How can you not be a fan of these guys, especially if you know their story? All right, if you know what it took for them to get to this point, and for them to have these type of performances, they're happy that they get to get the reps against these top North American teams, these top LATAM teams, and they're in this league. It's just been making them better week in and week out. And I'm happy to see the Pro League be able to shine as much, you know, positivity and as much favor on a team like this.
So we see here in our highlight package just how good both of these teams really performed in that final map. Look, Fire and Ice was undefeated on Forge. You knew it was going to be a really long shot for Carnage Gaming to come away with that map, but they never gave up that never say die attitude, and both teams really putting on some beautiful highlights for everybody. There's your final tally. It is 2-1 in favor of Carnage. 5-1 for Fire and Ice, 5-4, 5-4 for Carnage Gaming. We can indeed say that even though it is a 11 to my God, Fire and Ice, did they win more rounds? Is that 9 plus 4?
Yeah.
Wait. Yo.
He said, hold up. He said quick fabs.
I was doing this, Blaze. I was going
13-11.
When I had to count to 11, I went 11, and I pulled my foot up, and I was counting on my toes. You know how we do out here in the backwoods. We got to count. If we got to get to 21, it gets bad out here. I'll tell you that much.
You know, if you can't find a calculator, sometimes you got to drive an hour to get one. All right.
That's right.
Oh man, but in the end, you know, Carnage Gaming, like I said before, it's hard not to be a fan of this team. They've played so well, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do next. Now, we talk about their schedule. You know, they got some tough competitions up there. We'll talk about it another time, okay? They've already, I ain't got nothing bad to say about them. I don't care who they play. They don't care who they play. And it's going to be a close game regardless.
It is definitely going to be a close game regardless. Look, we've had a fantastic night here of Gears Esports in the Pro League. I know that we have talked it to death about how good all these teams have kind of played. I mean, you and I were really treated to some fantastic matches tonight, but we have our results from the day from both broadcasts, ladies and gentlemen. Rise with a 2-0, Pittsburgh Knights with a 2-0, and Vanquish with a 2-0. Everywhere else, the other 3 matches, we had 6 on the docket. 3 of them go 2-0s. The other 3 going the distance, going 2-1. What was your favorite matchup that we got to see today, Blaze?
Ooh, my favorite matchup that we got to see was it was our last 2. It was Noble and it was Fire and Ice. No, Noble lost 2-0. It was a close series. This one right here with Carnage Gaming and FNI, they turned up. It was great. It was great to watch. We didn't get a chance to see the Rebel and Hive one, but that was awesome. And I want to say this, that I feel like this season, like whenever we had new and upcoming teams in the Pro League, right, if they were EU, LATAM, and NA, those squads could not compete with the top 3 teams in there. They just got completely mollywopped, they got smacked, whatever you want to say. They just couldn't. It was hard for them to get wins. But something different about this season, because our bottom teams are performing, unless you're the People's Champ, we don't count them. But everybody else, they're performing. They're performing.
Are they even real, Blaze? No, I'm just kidding. So look, but that's what I've been trying to preach to the people out there. People always tell me that they got bored with seeing Optic win so many tournaments in Gears 4, and then they got bored with seeing Reciprocity dominate early, and then UIU come out late and dominate online. I look at it like this. This season of Gears Esports has been one of the best in history because there's like, yes, Vanquish and Pittsburgh Knights are here, but instead of that gap being massive and then the rest of the pro teams, everybody's pretty much playing with inside of the pack. I mean, this is a horse race, and nobody's further than probably 1 or 2 lengths ahead of the rest of the pack. But look, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tonight was just a little teaser. I mean, we have got 2 nights on the docket for everybody. We got your schedule for tomorrow here on the main broadcast. And look at that match of the week, Blaze. Rise rounding into form, playing a pissed-off Pittsburgh Knights who are looking to get back into the conversation for being the best team on the planet. I mean, those are 4 matchups minus maybe 5:30 because it's Vanquish. Vanquish probably having an early dinner. Maybe at
honestly
6.
This schedule is, looking at this schedule is actually probably better than the one that we had today. And I thought today we had great games, but this one right here, those last 3 matches, Rebel, Carnage, Fire and Ice, UIU, Rise, the Knights, it can all go either way.
It definitely can go either way, no matter what, ladies and gentlemen, because, again, Fire and Ice and UIU. Fire and Ice coming off at lost. UIU trying to probably being pissed off just because they dropped the map earlier tonight. Rise rounding into form. Pittsburgh Knights trying to prove themselves once again. Don't miss it tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be a fantastic docket of matches, but it's going to be casted by the one and only Taylor Reflections Noble and Jacob MVPR, because God Blaze and I mean, we took the long road home. We did the 4 matches tonight. They get the go home show for the week tomorrow. We get to kick back, relax, and enjoy all the matches from the comfort of wherever we damn well please, because we ain't got to talk about it. We get to just sit back and watch all y'all enjoy it, Blaze. So any final thoughts for our fans out there tonight?
Man, hey, I'm happy that you guys were able to tune into the show with us, and I hope you enjoyed your night. It's awesome out there to see so many Gears of War fans watching the streams and enjoying the games, just like me and you are enjoying the games, Colin. It's been a pleasure casting with you as always, and you guys do not miss out on the matches tomorrow, okay? After this, it's just, I want to say, one more week of Pro League left, and then we're going to the major. It's coming down to the wire here for the kickoff of this season, and you don't want to miss anything.
I'm going to start somber and I'm going to end on a high note. Look, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we were very saddened during the broadcast to hear the news of a passing of, even though they're not part of our Gears fam, they're part of our Esports fam. That's right. And at the end of the day, we are one giant family. We're all in this community together of esports. The passing of Pharaoh over there from Call of Duty is met with a lot of heavy hearts. So a lot of love and condolences sent to his family. Hold your loved ones a little tighter. Make sure they always know that you do love them, because you never know when it might be the last time you get the chance to hold on to them. So I'm going to start somber, but I'm going to end on a high note. Look, Gears fans, y'all are the best on the planet. You bring the hype, you bring the passion each and every week, each and every night, each and every match, round, shot, whatever it may be. Do not stop being the best fans on the planet, and I won't stop bringing the energy each and every week, whether it be goofy or not. Blaze and I are going to bring the best that we got, because you always seem to bring the best out of us. So Gears Esports fans, be back here tomorrow night. Cheer on your favorite teams. Cheer on those other 2 casters who might not look half as good as Blaze, but they look a hell of a lot better than me. They're going to be calling all the action tomorrow night. But that's going to be it from us for the broadcast this evening. We had some great matches on the docket, but that's going to be it. We love each and every one of you. Make sure you hold your loved ones a little closer and tighter, and that'll be it. Good night.